Salutations readers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nkechi, and for today, I am going to be doing the JAN-uary Book Tag 2025. Now, this is a tag that I do every single January since 2023, and this tag was created by Jan from Jan Agaton for JAN-uary. I will be linking down below in the video description her 2025 tag, if y'all want to check out that video as well. Yeah, I'm always excited to do this tag. It's literally one of my favorite tags to do every single year. And I figure that hopefully, fingers crossed, I edit this soon enough in the right time. This should be up on January 13th. And if any of y'all don't know, Jan loves the number 13. So hopefully it'll be on the 13th. And also, apparently on January 13th, 2025, it's going to be a full moon. And if you also do not know, Jan hosts a book club called the Full Moon Book Club. So that's another thing. And also the full moon will be in Cancer. And if you do not know, Jan, her sun sign is Cancer. So, you know, it's just like the stars, the celestial bodies are aligning, okay? So I am hoping that this video will be up on January 13th, 2025. But if it's on January 13th, 2025, then hooray, all the things aligned. If it's not, then, well, there you go. There's a tidbit of information as far as January 13th, 2025, as far as a full moon in Cancer and all the things. So yeah, you know what, that's that on that. And let's actually get into the tag in itself. There are how many questions? I don't remember. I think that's 10 questions. So I'll just get through this stuff really quickly, and I will be linking appropriate videos in the video description down below besides Jan's book tag as well, if y'all are curious about it. So the very first question is, what was the last and first, if you remember, book you read last year? The first book that I read last year was An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson. I got it as an advanced reader copy from the publisher, and I enjoyed it enough. I think I rated like 3.25 stars, somewhere around there. And then, if you've watched my December wrap-up video, you already know that I ended the year on Redemptor by Jordan Fueco. This is a 5-star read, and I love this book, okay? It's the sequel to Ray Bear and the final book in the duology. So yes, I highly recommend reading this duology if not, and definitely recommend reading Redemptor if you've only read Ray Bear. The next question is, what is your first read this year? And my very first read of 2025 is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This was actually a carryover from 2024. And I was like, you know what? Let me just keep reading it. And I just got really obsessed with it. And then I finished it. I literally gave this book, y'all, like, spoiler warning for, like, whatever wrap-up comes. I give this book 5 stars, okay? Literally started off the year so great with a 5-star read, okay? So, I'm very much happy that I read Mexican Gothic. Highly recommend if you have not, but also look at content warnings if you have not. The next question is, share 3 of your reading goals this year. I will be linking down in the video description my goals video, because I only had like 3 goals as far as reading goals for 2025. One of them is just to read nearly half of my physical TBR. So there's that, to get my physical TBR to about 50%. Read more completed series, since I also do own first books in series, and I've been curious if I should continue. And then read more translated fiction, because I didn't finish reading any translated fiction in 2025. So the goal for sure is to read more of that. Now, the next question is to share 3 of your most anticipated titles. I already made a video as far as like 2025 releases, which I will also link down below if you have not checked it out. But I will say though that I found more books. So the titles I will be sharing here are actually books I did not share in the original anticipated releases video, because honestly I didn't know about them, and also there is no official covers yet, or even official release dates. So the dates that I'll be sharing with y'all are subject to change. First up though on my list, I do have What Stalks the Deep by T. Kingfisher. This is the 3rd and final book in the Sworn Soldier trilogy, and I'm very excited because I loved What Moves the Dead. I enjoyed What Feasts at Night, so I'm very much hesitant about What Stalks the Deep as far as how it's going to end. But right now it's been slated for September 2025. We'll see if it comes out in September or not. Next up, we have A Mouthful of Dust by Nevo. This one comes out around October 8th. Is it 8th or 7th? I don't remember. Sometime October 2025. And this is the 6th installment in the Sing and Hail cycle, which if y'all know me, I've been loving this series, so I will continue on with it. So I am very excited to read the next installment. And then last but certainly not least, though, we getting another Fonda Lee book. I mean, we already have one in like early January, but that one's young adult fantasy. This one, if I remember correctly, is this adult sci-fi? Yeah. It's called The Last Contract of Isako by Fonda Lee. Comes out October 25. And yeah, this one's going to be a standalone adult sci-fi, if I remember correctly. I don't remember much, honestly, of what the book is really about, but I am so curious to read an adult sci-fi. Because honestly, Fonda Lee has started off her writing career writing young adult sci-fi before she wrote the Greenbone Saga. So I'm very curious to read an adult sci-fi from her. So yes, I've been loving Fonda Lee's adult work, so I'm very much curious to read another adult work of hers. So, yes, very, very excited. I cannot wait until we get a cover reveal and an official release date and all the things. All right, the next question. Which goals did you reach or not reach last year? So, I don't know when these videos will be going up, but if there is a video or there's not a video, there should be a video soon or before this one as far as my reflections of 2024 in my reading year. So whenever that video comes out, I will link in the video description whenever. But as far as reading goals, I did manage to thoroughly track my reading habits. I did read 4 completed series and 4 nonfiction works. But I did not read any translated works, and I did not read any classics. We'll see about 2025 about the classics thing, but I definitely want to read more translated fiction. So yeah, some goals I reached, others not so much. The next question is a little bit of this one's like maybe like a hot take kind of thing. Next question is, are there new releases this year you've heard of that you have no desire to read? Oh, I have several. I have a list. I'm gonna be pretty quick about these books. And I know a lot of people are really looking forward to these books, and I'm just like, not me. So first up is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V. Schwab. I was initially curious about it. Then I saw the cover. And I was like, you know what? I know we're not supposed to be judging books by their covers, but that cover was very underwhelming. I'm sorry. And I did try to read another book by V. Schwab, and I was not a fan. So missed me on that one. The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. This was another book in the whole spell shop world. I did not enjoy the spell shop. It was one of my worst books of last year. So, yeah, you're going to miss me on that one. Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed. This one's supposed to be young adult dystopian romance. And I'm just like, I don't think that's going to be a book for me. Cursebound by Sarah Alarifi, the sequel to Faybound. I did not enjoy Faybound. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fine, but I'm not going to read the sequel. Cleopatra by Sarah Alarifi. That's the only one I'm kind of curious because it's the only standalone of hers that she's going to be publishing. But I'm also just like, it could probably not be good for me. So I might check it out, but I probably will not. I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one. And then Lore of the Tides by Annalisa Brown. It's literally the sequel to Lore of the Wilds. I hated Lore of the Wilds, unfortunately. I'm sad that I hated that book. So the sequel coming out. Also, side note. I don't really understand why the sequel is called Lore of the Tides. I don't understand how we got into the ocean all of a sudden when we were in a whole-ass forest. What the fuck happened, okay? Make that make sense to me, and how we went from the ending of Lore of the Wilds to now we're somewhere Lore is in a boat. Make that make sense to me, okay? Anyways, whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, I'm not checking that book out either. Anyways, let's actually get to the next question. What are some reading habits you want to change this year, if any? I do want to see if I could try to limit my library holds or ARC requests so that I can prioritize my physical TBR. But I know myself, though. I know that I love using my library. I love checking out books to see if I would like them or not. Especially if I want to see if I can purchase them. And I just borrow my library to see if I should or not. Push and pull and other things. But I'm trying to see if I can slow it down just a little bit. Just a tidbit. The chance of that happening, though, probably not. You know what I mean? I do also want to really try, though, to read more essay collections. Because I've actually found myself really intrigued with essay collections. Just essays in general, honestly. We'll see about the essay collection thing. I think I'll manage to read a little bit more of those, as far as for nonfiction anyways. But yeah, I don't know sure about limiting ARC requests. ARC requests, probably. I can limit those, but library holds, that's gonna be hard. So don't be surprised if y'all be seeing me with these big library hauls, okay, in any vlogs. So yeah, if you see me with a big stack of library books, no you didn't, okay? No you didn't. Next question. Are there any adaptations you're excited about? I am curious about this adaptation of Open Water because Caleb Azuma Nelson actually is going to be writing and directing the adaptation of Open Water. So I'm actually very excited about that actually because I really enjoyed and actually even loved Open Water when I read it in, 2023? So I'm very curious to actually watch an adaptation of that. And then also Raybearer whenever Netflix gets their shit together and start making that adaptation happen. Because, like, Netflix, where is that adaptation now? Like, I read the duology. Y'all gotta give me an adaptation. Where is it at? And then, as far as adaptations that are already out but I have not seen, I am curious to watch Normal People because I have been curious to read Sally Rooney's novels. But I am curious about the show. And I'm not sure if I should watch the show first or read the book first. I've heard people read the book first and then watch the show, but I've also seen people who watch the show and then read the book. So I don't know if there's a particular order of things, but to the sounds of it, the adaptation has been pretty good. So I want to check that out. And also I'm very curious about Interior Chinatown, which is on Hulu. Same thing with Normal People. So I'm very curious about those two adaptations to see on how I'm going to feel about those adaptations. And then we'll see about the books. And then the second to last question is share a favorite bookish memory of last year. I do have a few. For sure is having Dana being a guest host for some of my reading sprints. Actually just even having guest hosts in general. Dana for sure has been a prominent guest host as far as for 2024. I had my mom a little bit more in the end of 2024, but I definitely plan though to have my mom be a guest for reading sprints a lot more often, honestly. Just having someone to talk to in reading sprints has been fun. It makes it fun for me. And then participating in a 24-hour readathon with Sandra and Celia for the Phase and Gaze. I actually had a really good time with that one. I actually managed to stay up an entire 24 hours. I don't know if I could do that ever again though, but I managed that and that was impressive. I shocked myself, honestly. And then I also joined the McMillian Audio Influencer Program, which I do hope, fingers crossed, that I will be an influencer again for 2025 because I've been so grateful to be getting these advanced listening copies from McMillian Audio because they're literally my favorite audiobook production company as far as the production of audiobooks. And I've definitely read a lot of their audiobooks, so I'm please, let me be an influencer again in 2025. Please. And then when I went to New York, I actually visited McNally Jackson bookstore, which I never really heard of, but the fact that they're a very small chain independent bookstore in New York City, I think that's actually really cool. And also I also had a lot of fun participating in Black Halloween last year. I didn't read as many books as I wanted to, but I really liked the vibe of Black Halloween. Doing the reading sprints, being the Discord server, hosting sprints on my own around Black Halloween was really fun as well. I don't know, Black Halloween was actually really fun, and I definitely am so excited to participate in it again. But actually a big memory, though, for me, as far as, this channel specifically, was actually reaching 500 subscribers. I'm so grateful that I managed to reach 500 subscribers. I literally had no idea when I made this channel, y'all. I had no idea if I was even gonna make it to 100 subscribers, let alone 500. That's amazing. So really, thank you all for, subscribing to my channel, whether it's for reading sprints, some wrap-ups, reading vlogs, video diaries, even, my reading journal video, and you want to see more. Just thank you for just being here and subscribing to this channel, I really do appreciate it when each and every one of y'all who subscribe to me, who like my videos, commented on my videos, participate in the live chat during my reading sprints, or productivity sprints, or writing sprints, or whatever we're doing. I just thank you all for just engaging with me, honestly, because I wouldn't be in this channel, wouldn't be making these videos if y'all weren't just being there and engaging. And I really just want to thank you all for just being here and along with the ride for whatever I feel like doing. Sometimes I do a seasonal TBR video and then, am I going to read these books? I don't know. That's up in the air. And then y'all just well, we'll see if you end up reading these books kind of thing. Look, I love the energy that we have here in this channel, okay? So, yeah, just want to thank you all for that. And now the last and final question for this tag is, are there any carryovers from last year that you still plan on finishing? I only really have one, actually, because the other book I carried over, I actually DNF'd it. So there's only one book I have, that's currently reading. I actually put it on pause, which I actually I'm very thankful to Storygraph that they actually create this feature where you can just pause books so it doesn't mess up anything regarding your currently reads, And I only have one book that I've paused that I still want to continue reading. And that is The First Binding by R.R. Verdi. Yeah, remember this book? Yeah, this thick, floppy ass book. Yeah, I'm still want to read this one. I do own the audiobook, so that's how I even managed to even get so far into the book itself. But honestly though, y'all, I still want to read this one. I just don't know when I'm going to get back into it. I don't know. It's just so long, and it will require a lot of my attention because it will take me a while just to even get through the book. And there's even a sequel. This book is the first book in a series. This long-ass thing is the first book in a series. I don't know. Am I going to read the sequel? Maybe. The Doors at Midnight? I don't know. I might read the sequel. But I don't know. All I know is that I want to still keep reading this book because I enjoy this story. I love the audiobook. I do think this story is going to be really, really cool. And I think this is going to be the one time that a 700 plus page book I actually feel myself dedicate my time to actually reading. I don't know when I'm going to finish it though. That's the problem. I just need to like dedicate like a whole ass month to read this chunk of a book. Because I know it's going to take me more than a month to actually sit down and really read it. And that means I need to be done with other current reads in order for that to happen. So, I don't know. That might be a late 2025 project to work on. But I do want to read it in 2025 though. I don't want to DNF it, unhaul it, or anything. I want to keep it. But anyways, y'all, that is it. That's actually it for this tag. I had a lot more to say, I guess, about 2024 than I thought. That's pretty much it. So thank you all for watching this tag. If y'all are interested in doing this tag, and you make video content, or maybe you want to do it as like an Instagram post or whatever, do this. Tag Jan if you want. Thank you all as well for coming on to this video. Like if you like it, subscribe if you want to. Comment down below any of y'all's responses to any of these questions, especially like the most anticipated releases one, or goals reached, or also I'm very curious if y'all want to give y'all's hot takes. Let me know the books that y'all are not interested in reading that are coming out in 2025. I want to know about those books. I'm curious too. Like, let me make a list of books that I'm like, I'm not reading these books that are coming out in 2025. I'm like, not checking that out. Anyways, though, if you've made it this far into the video, you're not really sure what to say, but you want to leave me an emoji to let me know you're here, you gotta leave me a moon emoji of some sort. Ideally, the full moon, because ideally, this video will be up during the full moon, but any phase of the moon emojis will work. But ideally, the full moon one. But anyways, thank you all again for coming to this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!